Hi, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Jamaica has again been excluded from the U.S. Green Card Lottery. Country continues to exceed maximum number of immigrants to be eligible. Well, there was an article that ran recently that said that Jamaica was excluded again from the U.S. lottery. And we will get into the article. We will get into what the U.S. lottery is and what this means for Jamaica. Not just the U.S. lottery, actually, it is the U.S. visa lottery. So Jamaicans are among the nationalities, according to the Jamaica Loop News, that from participating in the U.S. Diversity Immigration Program or visa lottery for 2024 have been excluded due to the volume of immigrants who have entered the North American country from the Caribbean island over the last 5 years. The country continues to exceed the maximum number of immigrants to be eligible, but some people in Delaware believe that the exclusion is unjust. Now, according to a registered nurse named Crystal Garland from Newark, Delaware, who has roots in Jamaica and Panama, she spoke to the WHYY News. She knows many from South America, the Caribbean, and Jamaica who work hard and who deserve to be able to provide for their families in the U.S. as well. The 2024 application process opened on October 5th of 2022 and is closed on November 8th, providing approximately 55,000 people with the chance to win a green card through a lottery in which candidates are randomly selected. Again, the 2024 application process opened on October 5th and it will close on November 8th. Jamaica is excluded. To be eligible for entry into the lottery, candidates must have at least a high school diploma or have worked within the last 5 years and have completed 2 years of training. Only applicants from countries with rate of immigration to the U.S. of fewer than 50,000 immigrants over the previous 5 years will be eligible. So if they're saying that Jamaica is ineligible because of this, it means that more than 50,000 Jamaicans have migrated within the last 5 years. Break that down to about 10,000 Jamaicans per year fleeing Jamaica to enter and live and work in the United States of America. Research shows that on average, just above 10,000 Jamaicans migrate to the United States of America each year. Wow! Jamaicans began migrating in large numbers to the U.S. in the 60s. About 10,000 Jamaicans migrated to the U.S. legally from 1960 to 1965. 10,000. About 10,000 Jamaicans migrated to the U.S. legally from 1960 to 1965. However, the number skyrocketed in the succeeding years. In 1962, you had 700. In 1966, you had, in 1966 to 1970, and then you had 61, 500, 1971 to 1975, you had 80,600. 1971 to 1975, you had 80,600. 1966 to 1960 to 1970, you had 61,500. Watch this. In 1976 to 1980, you had 81,700. Wow. That's a lot. And in between 1981 and 1984, you had about 300,000 documented immigrants in just under a quarter of a century. Along with Jamaica, other countries that are eligible to participate in the 2024 Diversity Immigration Visa Program include Bangladesh. Along with Jamaica, other countries that are not eligible to participate. So we're not the only ones that's banned, but look who else is banned as well. In other words, the US is saying, too many of y'all are coming here from the same country. So when we do this lottery thing, there's no need to extend it to you because you guys are here in more than normal numbers anyways. In other countries that are banned or that are left out rather of the immigration visa program includes Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, including Hong Kong, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, India, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Republic of Korea, South Korea, United Kingdom, except Northern Ireland, and its dependent territories, Venezuela and Vietnam. Advocates have pushed back against the exclusion of countries, saying that the educational restriction and the exclusion of developing countries is unfair. Well, check it out. It's their country. They let in who they want to let in, and they throw out who they want to throw out. I know there are a lot of people that are saying, I don't think nobody really wants a lot of Jamaicans coming into their country anymore because the tide has shifted, it's changed. Right now, for instance, in the state of Florida, in certain places like Lauderhill, a large part of Dade and Broward County, in those areas, you're having gang wars that are flaring up. And again, it's bringing America back to a time when you had other Jamaican gangs that were notorious in these streets, like the Shower Posse and these kind of gangs. And it looks like we're having a resurgence of that all over again. Because now, I just read an article that says Jamaican gangs are feuding over territory in these streets, say in the state of Florida, right? And of course, along with the drug running and the gun culture, so on and so forth, the violence, a lot of violence going on. There are a lot of Jamaicans that are fleeing Jamaica, a lot of violence going on in Jamaica, but there are also a lot of violence producers that are fleeing along with the people that are fleeing, masquerading themselves as citizens that just need to get out so they can get to a better life. But then they're here in the U.S. continuing the same thing. So I think the U.S. is also looking at that as well. That, hey, we got to slow down and be really, really careful, vet the process slowly of who we actually let into the U.S., especially from these countries like Haiti and Jamaica, not because they're predominantly black per se, but because there is a whole lot of violence going on in that country, and people can easily mask themselves as regular citizens just trying to get away to get to a better life. Definition of the green card lottery. Every year, the green card lottery in the U.S. enables about 55,000 people worldwide to permanently live and work in the United States. It's the green card lottery, right? They pull your name, you get a green card. Due to the nature of the lottery, people from all eligible countries have a pretty good chance of getting a green card, provided that they manage the whole application process without any errors. The permanent resident card, as the green card is also called, grants the lucky winner almost all the rights that a U.S. citizen has. Almost all the rights that a U.S. citizen has. People from everywhere should get a chance for a better life in the U.S. This is the history of the green card lottery. However, very high immigration rates from specific regions, such as Mexico, China, Jamaica even, have led to an imbalance between the different nationalities in the past. Therefore, in the late 80s, President Ronald Reagan created the green card lottery and introduced annually changing immigration limits for the participating countries, right? So it's based on this that Jamaicans are excluded once again, because we're leaving Jamaica in record numbers to come to the US anyways, at an average of 10,000 Jamaicans per year. For instance, 1994, the current diversity visa program with 55,000 raffled green cards took place for the first time in 1994 and every year since then. 55,000 green cards is what they're going to give away. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, goddamn, isn't America complaining about being overcrowded and overran with immigrants? Why are they giving away green cards? Well, I don't know, and I can't answer that question for you. Maybe they're just talking about undocumented immigrants. Understand the process of being an undocumented immigrant. Most of the times, if they don't know how you came into the country, then Homeland Security is very worried. Not so much that you're illegal, but more like, what was your port of entry? Because whatever that port of entry is, if they don't know about it, then other things could be coming in and going out through that port of entry as well. That's a big part of the security of the nation. Who can participate in this green card lottery? In general, anyone who was born in one of the currently eligible countries may participate in the green card lottery if they meet some requirements. You know, I spoke about those before. At least 12 years of formal primary and secondary school with some tertiary school training, about 2 years. At least 2 years of professional work experience within the past 5 years that requires at least 2 years of training. This experience must have been gained within the last 5 years. So this would have been a good program for a lot of our high school graduates who have been in the workforce for just a few years and went off to some tertiary program and, you know, completed their program, got their certifications, and were working in their field. Would have been a perfect opportunity for a lot of them. However, again, it seems like the U.S. hands out, contrary to popular belief, the U.S. hands out a lot of visas or green cards to Jamaicans. 10,000 Jamaicans left on average every year for many years now in a row. Which countries cannot participate? So to balance the mix of nationalities in the US, the following countries are currently not eligible for the green card lottery, and the list is long. Okay? Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada. I don't want Jamaicans to feel left out. Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador. Some people are going to say, oh, it's all melanated people that are excluded. Well, Canada is on the list as well. All right. I stopped at Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, United Kingdom, except Northern Ireland and its territories. But United Kingdom is on the list as well. Venezuela and Vietnam. However, there are exceptions, because if you were born in one of the excluded countries but your spouse was born in an eligible country, you can still participate in the lottery program. Let me say that again. If you were born in an ineligible country, for instance, if you were born in Jamaica, you're excluded. But what if you were born in Trinidad, and your spouse rather was born in Trinidad? You can still participate in this lotto program. You understand? So the same applies to people whose parents were also visiting the country of your birth. If you were born during a short trip and both of your parents were born in eligible countries, then you can still participate. For instance, your parents went for a vacation to Jamaica, stayed there for a while. You were born in Jamaica. You were born in an ineligible country, but both of your parents are from an eligible country, let's use Trinidad, then you can still participate in the green card lottery. Well, that's how it goes, and it is what it is. I know recently more people were more talking about the UK and how come other Caribbean islands are able to enter the UK without visa, given Jamaica's past with the UK, our history, our deep history with the UK. Many people feel like this was a good way for the UK, the United Kingdom, or England to pay reparations to Jamaica. Hey, give its citizens or the citizens of your territories travel free, like visa travel, free of visa, travel free of visa. So no visa would be required. So you would just be able to buy a ticket, jump on a plane, and head over to England. England has said no. We don't want Jamaicans traveling here without a visa. However, there are other Caribbean islands that we find worthy who can travel to the UK without a visa. Among them are countries that offer citizenship by investment like St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, even Dominica and St. Lucia. Passports of these countries also gives them the right to visa-free travel to the UK. St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada. Right now, if you is a Grenadan, right now, if you is from Antigua and Barbuda, right now, if you is from Dominica, right now, if you is from St. Lucia, you can travel to the United Kingdom with no visa. You just need a passport from that country. That is it. Few questions were asked, like which countries can enter the UK without a visa, and the answer was nationals of countries or territories who do not need a visa to enter the UK, all EU countries, European Union countries. Then you have Andorra, Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Botswana, Brazil, Brunei, Canada. You're Canadian, you don't need a visa to go to the UK. Chile, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Grenada, Guatemala, Honduras, Hong Kong, Israel, Japan, Kiribati, Macau, and Malaysia. So in there you find a couple of Caribbean islands like Bahamas, Barbados, and those kind of things. Antigua and Barbuda. Again, these islands are able to travel to the UK, no visa required. Wow, I had no idea. And again, Jamaica is not on the list, and people are wondering, well, damn, why are they doing Jamaica like that? Which countries can enter the UK without a visa? You already have that answer. Can Trinidadians travel to the UK without a visa? The answer is yes. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago can visit Europe without a visa, but for short stays or for tourism or for business or for transit purposes. But yes, Trinidad and Tobago is on the list and can do so as well. I don't know why. Maybe they think that Jamaica is already has too many Jamaicans living in the UK, and maybe it has not been a good experience all the way around for them. Maybe there's some problem in the communities there. I'm just supposing. What do you think? Leave your comments in the leave your comments in the Caribbean section. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let's have a discussion about this one. All right. I'll catch you on the next video, man. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.